They called it the Devil's Triangle, a vast stretch of ocean where ships vanish without a trace, planes disappear from the sky, and distress signals are swallowed by an eerie silence. It's a place that has haunted the minds of sailors, pilots, and scientists for decades. The Bermuda Triangle, an area covering over 500,000 square miles between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has claimed thousands of lives, leaving behind only questions and a chilling sense of dread. Imagine flying through clear skies, only to have your plane suddenly engulfed in a thick, unnatural fog. The controls freeze, the compass spins wildly, and then darkness. No wreckage, no bodies, no explanation. This isn't fiction. It's a real phenomenon that has been reported by pilots and sailors who barely escaped the triangle's grip. But what about those who never made it out? The USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship with over 300 men on board, vanished in 1918 without a single distress call. The Flight 19 Squadron, 5 perfectly functional bombers, disappeared in 1945, leaving behind only the chilling last words of the pilot. "We are entering white water. Nothing seems right. We don't know where we are." And then silence. No debris, no bodies, just another mystery added to the triangle's ever-growing legend. Some say it's a portal to another dimension. Others believe in electromagnetic anomalies, rogue waves, or even something far more sinister. But here's the terrifying part. Despite all our technological advancements, we still don't have a concrete answer. Why do so many ships and planes vanish without a trace? And more importantly, could it happen again? The deeper we dive into this mystery, the darker it gets, and what we uncover next will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about our world. For centuries, experts have tried to explain the Bermuda Triangle's terrifying secrets, but every answer only leads to more chilling questions. Scientists argue that powerful underwater currents and rogue waves, massive walls of water rising over 100 feet, could be swallowing ships whole. But that doesn't explain why planes vanish mid-flight. Their last radio transmissions filled with confusion and fear. Some researchers point to methane gas eruptions from the ocean floor, which could create deadly air pockets, causing ships to sink instantly and aircraft engines to fail. Yet, if that were true, why has no wreckage ever been found? No floating debris, no distress signals, just eerie silence, as if the ocean itself swallowed them without a trace. And then, there are the pilots who survived close encounters. Bruce Jernan, a seasoned aviator, reported flying into a strange cloud over the triangle. Within seconds, his instruments went haywire. A swirling gray mist surrounded his plane, and he lost all sense of direction. Then, just as suddenly as it started, the cloud vanished, and he found himself 100 miles away in an instant, as if time itself had been warped. His plane had covered a distance in mere minutes, something physically impossible. Was it a natural phenomenon? Or did he slip through something beyond human understanding? But Bruce Jernan wasn't the only one. Dozens of pilots and sailors have described similar experiences. Instruments failing for no reason, compasses spinning wildly, time itself seeming to shift. One chilling report from a military pilot spoke of an air void where the sky turned black, the radio went silent, and all sense of movement disappeared, as if the plane had entered an abyss beyond reality. Legends whisper of ancient forces at play. Some believe the lost city of Atlantis lies beneath these cursed waters, its energy field interfering with modern technology. Others claim the triangle is a gateway, a rift in time and space, pulling travelers into another dimension. The US government has declassified countless documents on UFO sightings near the Bermuda Triangle, fueling theories that extraterrestrial forces are involved. Could it be that something or someone is watching, waiting, and deciding who makes it out alive? And then there are the disappearances no one can explain. Take the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, a 500-foot-long tanker that vanished in 1963. It was carrying molten sulfur, dangerous, but not enough to make a ship disappear without a trace. The last radio message was calm, reporting normal conditions, and then nothing. Days of searching found only a single life jacket floating in the endless sea. Or what about the Star Tiger and Star Ariel, two British passenger planes that vanished in 1948 and 1949? Both were flying in clear weather, No distress calls, no sign of trouble. And yet, they disappeared as if they had never existed. No wreckage, no explanation, just two planes full of passengers wiped from existence. Then, there's Flight 19, the disappearance that changed everything. December 5th, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy bombers set out on a routine training mission. The weather was calm, visibility clear, but an hour into the flight, the lead pilot's voice crackled over the radio, filled with panic. Something's wrong. Everything looks strange. We don't know where we are. The ocean doesn't look normal. The control tower tried to guide them back, but the pilot sounded confused, as if the very world around them had shifted. Minutes later, the radio went silent. A rescue plane was sent after them. It disappeared too. 6 aircraft gone. No debris, no bodies, just whispers in the wind. And it's not just planes and ships. Even modern technology struggles to explain what happens here. Satellite images have captured strange, glowing lights beneath the surface. Radar systems sometimes fail completely, showing nothing but a black void where there should be clear readings. Some divers who have explored deep underwater caves near the triangle claim they've felt an overwhelming sense of dread, as if something unseen was watching them. So, what is the Bermuda Triangle really hiding? Is it an unexplainable natural phenomenon, or something more sinister? Theories range from secret military experiments to underwater alien bases, from interdimensional rifts to ancient technology buried beneath the waves. But one case, one disappearance, might hold the key to unlocking the truth. And once you hear this story, you'll never look at the Bermuda Triangle the same way again. But there's one case, one disappearance, that stands out from the rest. A case so bizarre, so unexplainable, that even experts refuse to talk about it. It happened in 2003. A small private jet carrying 5 passengers took off from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, heading toward the Bahamas. It was a short, routine flight, one that should have taken less than an hour. The weather was clear, communication was normal, and the flight path was straightforward. But somewhere over the Bermuda Triangle, everything changed. Radar controllers at Miami International Airport noticed something disturbing. The plane, which had been flying at a steady altitude, suddenly stopped moving. Not stopped as in slowed down, stopped as in frozen, hovering in midair. The signal remained locked in the same spot for nearly 10 full minutes. That's impossible. No aircraft in human history can just stop mid-flight without falling. And then, just as suddenly as it had frozen, the plane started moving again. But here's where it gets terrifying. The jet reappeared on radar 300 miles away in an instant. Air traffic control scrambled to make contact, but there was only static. No distress signal, no emergency transmission. Just eerie silence. The plane had vanished. Search and rescue teams combed the area for weeks. No debris, no bodies, no wreckage. It was as if the plane had never existed. The strangest part? Days later, the jet's emergency locator beacon activated, but not from the ocean. It came from the depths of the Puerto Rican jungle, hundreds of miles from the triangle's edge. But when authorities arrived at the coordinates, they found nothing. No plane, no survivors, just an empty, undisturbed stretch of rainforest. To this day, no one can explain what happened. Did the passengers experience some kind of time distortion? Were they pulled into another dimension? Or was something or someone responsible for their disappearance? And the Bermuda Triangle remains hungry. Ships still vanish. Planes still go missing. Scientists still struggle to explain why this region defies the laws of nature. Some mysteries fade over time, but not this one. In fact, the deeper we dig, the more disturbing it becomes. So, the real question is, what if it's not just the past we should fear? What if the next disappearance is already waiting to happen? And what if one day it's you?